1 John 5:4, for everyone born of God overcomes the world. These words intellectually don't mean a lot to us, because the physical sense of overcoming the world, you don't see it in our daily lives. We live very much like the person next door. And it's a spiritual word. It's a word from the Lord. He's telling us that we cannot be overcome by evil. We cannot be overcome by sin. We cannot be overcome by our lusts and passions in the flesh. We are to overcome them. In Revelation, the letters to the churches, Jesus says over and over, to him who overcomes, and then the blessing that follows. It's clearly expected that we will overcome this world. Now, there is a problem that so many books are being published on the 10 steps to a healthy Christian life, the 12 ways to a successful walk with Jesus. And do you know why these books are selling so well? And do you know why so many Christians are trying so hard to make the Christian life work? Because they're trying to make it work in their life. And this is the problem. You see, Jesus never expected us to carry on with our own lives. This is why the Christian life doesn't work, because we're trying to make it work in a living person. It only works with the dead. And only when you come to the point of spiritual maturity, that you're ready to lay down the needs and the wants and the desires and the cravings of the flesh. When you're ready to say, okay, God, I'm done with living just like my neighbors. I'm tired of living for the things of this world, of dwelling on the property I want, the toys that I want, the attention, the gratification, the recognition. When I'm done with that, when I'm ready to lay it down, and when I'm ready to abide in the presence of a holy God, and to find my satisfaction in Him 24/7, when it's not enough to spend 10 minutes of prayer with God in my day, when my day is God, when I've come to that point of living in the Spirit and put to death the ways of the flesh, then I have the power to overcome. And I've just made a huge, shameful sin by saying I have the power, because I will never have the power. You will never have the power to overcome, because you're still alive. When you're dead and Christ is living in you, Christ has the power to overcome, I assure you. And it is not our righteousness that overcomes this world. It is the righteousness of Christ. The simple truth that any child can understand is that we must press into Christ. We must cling to Christ. And in Christ we have the power to overcome, because it was never our power to begin with. It's always Christ who overcomes. And if you're willing to die, if you're willing to say goodbye to the needs and the wants of the flesh and let them go, if you're ready to lay the flesh down and rise up in the Spirit and meditate and dwell in the presence of God continuously, then the presence of God in you is going to overcome this world. Bless you, brothers and sisters. May this word seep into your heart.